WEAC Executive Director Nambula Kachumi and her team visited the beautiful city of Livingstone on an exploratory tour to introduce WEAC programs, meet potential partners, and conduct 2 workshops, the Build a Business Workshop and the Farmers Business Simulation. After this exploratory tour, WEAC Livingstone Satellite Center was officially set up with Mrs. Rose Zululuwa appointed as the coordinator, and its partner Professional Insurance provided WEAC with workspace within Professional Insurance Livingstone office. In June 2021, applications were opened for the Academy for Women Entrepreneurship program, and for the first time, Livingstone women entrepreneurs got a chance to apply, and by the closing date of applications in July, 130 applications were received. 57 applicants were shortlisted, interviews were conducted both online and in person, and finally a total of 33 applicants were finally chosen as all cohort 14 dreamers. All mentors were also identified and brought on board to provide their professional expertise throughout the period of the academy to the dreamers. In October 2021, an orientation workshop was held in Livingstone to provide the dreamers an opportunity to understand the academy, be onboarded on the Dream Builders program, and know what would be required of them. This was followed by the first on-site training that provided the dreamers support and guidance through the challenges they faced during their interface with the Dream Builder modules. Alongside the Academy for Women Entrepreneurship Orientation Program, 2 farmers' business simulation workshops were held with farmers from Mukuni Village, John Mwanan Papa, and Natebe, all areas in Livingstone Rural, and at the end of the workshop, participants received certificates. In November, the Livingstone Satellite Center was visited by the United States Embassy representatives. Being a new satellite center, they were interested to meet the mentors and dreamers, grace the badging ceremony, and visit a few projects on the ground. The 2-day program started with an on-site learning session that focused on course number 9 and 10 and was facilitated by Mentor Mainga Matamwandi.
To keep our books, it will show us if we are accurate to say where do we stand from. We were talking of the income statement, which is the profit and loss that we talked about. Someone wants to come and partner the way we are talking of synergies. Even when Claire is my colleague, at a glance, me as no sequel, say, Claire, by the way, we learned about profit and loss. Before we partner, can I have a look at your profit and loss? Can I have a look at your cash flow and balance sheet that we'll discuss in a short while? So it starts and ends there to say, whatever we need to do, just at a glance, you say, oh, Alma said I was making a loss in 2-3 months, and it's my 5th year, I'm still making a loss. I need to review. So that's how important it is.
This was followed by a speed dating session in which each mentor had an information desk providing each dreamer with guidance in various areas such as business development and marketing, innovation and dream builder support, finance operations, customer service, business management, human resource, personal development, agriculture, communication strategies, and tools. Each dreamer had an opportunity to sit for 4 minutes at each desk where they asked specific questions that answered their business needs. The badging ceremony then commenced in the afternoons with the Provincial Minister of Southern Province, Honorable Cornelis Mwetwa, as the guest of honor. It was a colorful ceremony with all the dreamers dressed in the all t-shirts and hosted a mini market fair that the guest of honor and all the distinguished guests visited before entering the hall. Attending the event as part of their visit was the Deputy Public Affairs Officer of the United States of America Embassy, Ms. Anna Maria Carrells, American Center Lusaka Director, Mr. Wycliffe Sakala, United States of America Embassy Cultural Affairs Specialist, Mr. Austin Ngoma. The WEAC Business Development Lead, Phyllis Nkazi, moderated the event while representing the WEAC Executive Director Nambola Kachumi in her absence.
My name is Phyllis Nkazi. I'm the Business Development Lead at the WEAC Center. Guest of honor, distinguished invited guests, our entrepreneurs, dreamers, mentors, and coaches, our visitors, ladies and gentlemen. This afternoon, we are more than honored to host the minister and the representative from the embassy to this wonderful ceremony. Guest of honor, it is very delightful to have you officiate at this important occasion. WEAC, the Women's Entrepreneurship Center, was formerly called the WEAC, which was founded in 2015 with the support of the U.S. Department of State. This is the first cohort in Livingstone, but we launched AWE in 2019, and then we've had a lot of overwhelming application process where in the first cohort there was over 1,000 businesses that applied, and 87, we picked 100 for a pilot, and 87 were completed, and they're now on the market, and they got the much needed support. The second cohort was in 2020, where we had over 2,600 applications, and now this is the third cohort. We had over 1,852 applications, and we are running currently 6 cohorts, Livingstone being the 6th, and 2 are in Copperbelt, Ndola, and Kitwe respectively, and then 3 are in Osaka. So what you see this afternoon, guest of honor and distinguished guests, is part of WEAC's ongoing activities among the many business building programs that we conduct.
The Deputy Public Affairs Officer of the United States of America Embassy, Ms. Anna Maria Carrels, then gave her remarks.
On behalf of the U.S. Embassy, I wish to congratulate all of you for being selected in the AWE program after a highly competitive process. We just heard the crazy amount of numbers of applications, and you should be honored and excited to be part of this program. Entrepreneurship remains the key component to a thriving economy and to creating jobs and prosperity. For this reason, we will continue to support women's entrepreneurship through the program like AWE and many other opportunities through the U.S. Embassy. As you embark on this journey, I hope that the practical tools, knowledge, networks, mentorship, and other resources that you gain in this program will help you achieve your dreams. This is particularly important because women's participation in the economy is critical to creating jobs, fighting poverty, and developing families and communities. And in 9 months or so, as you graduate from this program and during the wide U.S. Zambia Alumni Network in the future, I wish to encourage you to work with WEAC as a volunteer, mentor, or facilitator to help other women entrepreneurs gain the business knowledge and skills that you acquired from the AWE program.
The guest of honor, Honorable Cornelius Mutwa, then followed through with his speech.
Together, I'm happy to be here. Allow me therefore to proceed firstly by sincerely thanking the Executive Director of the Women's Entrepreneurship Access Center, WEAC, Madam Nambola Kachumi, and her team for inviting me to this important ceremony. Our presence at this particular ceremony as government is indeed testament of government's commitment to the value government attaches to women empowerment, particularly women entrepreneurship, because women are the anchors of homes. Women are the anchors of communities. When you have successful women, you will have successful homes, you will have successful communities, you will have a successful country. So in the right place. The new government, under the leadership of His Excellency, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, realizes the many challenges that are being faced by women and is committed to work with organizations such as WEAC to uplift every woman in Zambia. The success of our country's economy requires a mindset change dedication and resilience by all citizens, especially the business sector, in all forms in the face of current challenges presented by COVID-19. I therefore aid WEAC Zambia and its partners to also develop and translate the available training manual or materials into local languages which are relevant to women and their geographical locations. It is important to develop and use training techniques that cater for less literate people. This can be achieved through programs such as Academy for Women Entrepreneurs that promote networking amongst public-private partnerships, ensuring more coordination of relevant training for women entrepreneurs in the rural areas.
The budging ceremony commenced with each dreamer being called by name, greeted by the delegation, before being budged by the Honorable Minister.
Honorable guests of honor, sir, we are empowered to go forth and start our business ideas. We are ready to turn the ink on our business plans into bankable pieces of paper that we are now calling incomes. Madam Executive Director who's in Lusaka and the WEAC team, you have built our confidence and walk into financial institutions knowing fully what they can demand from us, things that we can easily produce from their support in return. Guests of honor and distinguished guests, your presence today tells us dreamers that we have a powerful idea, that we are not crazy for wanting to follow a dream while our eyes are open.
Day 2 of the visit was a field day. Activities began as early as 7:30 hours. The U.S. Embassy representative, WEAC staff, mentors, and dreamers all assembled at the Livingstone post office. They then proceeded to Pamela Kapekele, an Academy alumni and CEO of Weru Solar Company that she established after graduating from the Academy. Her company has partnered with Jack Mwanampapa Village and are now beneficiaries of Weru Solar.
From that, we also make solar cookers. The American people were generous enough to give us some funding, and we've built a warehouse in Natere. And we've also bought a truck which works as our mobile store. So in villages where we don't have a presence, our truck goes there with our products. But the idea is to partner with 100 villages in Southern Province.
From there, the team visited Solaris, a second company that Weru Solar has partnered with, and together make solar stoves with an aim to eradicate tree cutting and charcoal burning in the rural areas of Livingstone. Mr. Zulu, the company director, charismatically explained the process of making the stoves and ovens, how they work, and their benefits.
A tight spot there, and there the temperature, if I put my finger there, probably get bent. So if it can burn blank, of course, then all you have to do is, solar cooking is unattended, but every hour or so you need to shift the dish to follow the sun. That's all.
The next tour was by one of the dreamers, Charity Machai Chewe, who has been running her company Winning Travel and Tours for 10 years. One of her projects as a tour operator is a village visit, where she takes tourists or locals to Mukuni village to learn the history of the village, explore the village, and stop by the Korio market to purchase souvenirs. Upon arrival, a few dreamers volunteered to accompany WEAC staff and mentors for a private meeting with Her Royal Highness Veronica Mwanakasale Mokoni. Her Royal Highness Queen Mokoni was absolutely delightful, articulate, and very candid on her vision for her people. She explained on the various developmental projects that the village has embarked on in the past, some successful and unfortunately many failed.
When I look at our community now, I think we need that empowerment more than even doing the business itself. Yes, so if even in the community and the village, if we could access it, that would be good. So.
WEAC Business Development Lead Phyllis Nkazi was quick to identify the many areas she saw as an opportunity for WEAC to collaborate with the village in an effort to alleviate some of their agricultural struggles.
But you are so right, Your Royal Highness. Our idea is not to just stay, in town and reach the women that are already privileged. We would like to get this impact into the grassroots.
The Queen then invited the team to see the greenhouses she mentioned before they left the village. In the afternoon, the learning continued with an industry tour of the Royal Livingstone Hotel in Davani Resort under the Minor International Hotels. Upon arrival, the Complex People and Culture Manager, Ms. Besa Kaumba Chambola, welcomed the WEAC staff, all dreamers and mentors, to a lovely setup in the Giraffe Conference Room at Avani. She then introduced her own team, who were going to give a tour of the two hotels before returning for a presentation on how the hotel survived during COVID-19 lockdown.
Today's presentation mainly is just about how we as Minor survived through the pandemic, and we'll share a few things that we put in place to just get our ships sailing on the tough, turbulent waters, and until we reached the bay. So I do have a question for you. How can you make an impact on what is happening around you now? And what are you doing differently today that you did 6 weeks ago, 6 months ago, or maybe even a year ago? Because a lot of things have changed with the onset of the pandemic. And with that, it came with total reinvention. There was chaos, there was confusion, there was anxiety, there was pressure, there was depression. And in our industry was the one that was hit the most. You can imagine our whole survival is based on guests coming here. Then you don't have guests. You don't have any revenues coming in. You've got a whole team of people that you need to take care of. They have families that they need to take care of. What do you do as a business? How do you survive? So it was a difficult, tough situation, and luckily, thank God, we've sailed through it and we're forging ahead.
In her presentation, Ms. Besa spoke about how the hotel survived COVID-19 pandemic when the world came to a shutdown. She said the hotel had to work as a team to come out of the period strategically, and they did this through a strategy of reboot, restart, rebuild. She emphasized to the dreamers to always see opportunities in every crisis, carrying with them lessons that allow them to continuously innovate, capitalize on partnerships, and give back to communities they operate in.
I'm 19 years old and I'm young, but if I can do it, if I can turn my business idea into reality, so can you.
To our sponsors, the U.S. State Department, I want to thank you for taking this time to come up with the funds that equip women to be a part of these amazing programs. And to WEAC Zambia, thank you for having us have great facilitators, great coordinators that put everything together. We do online learning, we do on-site learning, and it's been a game changer for all of us. I mean, we've learned how to multitask. Adult schooling is not easy, but every woman that is a mother, every woman that is an entrepreneur has learned how to work with it.
Don't wait for a job opportunity to come your way. Don't wait for yourself to finish school and stuff like that. Don't rely on your parents. And it's very important to self-encourage yourself.
To a woman that aspires to be in business like myself, I would encourage you to just stop dreaming and get off your feet. Write the vision down, but make the vision happen. You really have to be a woman that wants to see things happen. WEAC has a saying. They say, less talking and more doing. So get up, stop talking, and start doing.
WEAC Livingstone Satellite Center has had a wonderful productive 8 months of operations and looks forward to extending its reach to many beneficiaries within and around the city of Livingstone while maintaining progress with already established stakeholders.